congratulations on this. You have one of my favourite scenes in the entire film. I have to know, first off, was it written exactly as it came out, or did you do a certain amount of ad-libbing? Because if you did, it's just incredible.
So the scene in the car was completely kind of improvised, and you were kind of, as someone with Tourette's, you're kind of given the idea of, if it happens, it happens, if it doesn't, it doesn't. So when we first started filming, there was kind of certain points where ticks maybe wouldn't come out, and so we had to fabricate some of them. So some of the ticks are things that I would perhaps say, and then other ones were kind of created and egged on, and some of them were authentic, some of them weren't, but it was all improvised. And then the alley scene, that was all scripted and stuff as well, but I think it's been written so good that it's almost like a conversation that would naturally occur. For me, meeting John for the first time, that's pretty much identical to how the conversation happened as well, so it was really nice. Yeah.
And it's a very cathartic moment as well for your character in particular. What was it like to kind of live that moment on screen?
I think it was like almost like a full circle, because I'd only had that experience myself maybe 2 weeks before when I met John for the first time, and so to then do it on screen, it felt really important, because I know how much that interaction with John meant to me as a person, and so in a way I'm so glad that happened a couple of weeks prior, because I was then able to kind of work into that with Lucy meeting John as well, and yeah, it was really nice moment. Yeah. And
this is a very special film because it deals with a subject that's been neglected, but he's brought such fantastic awareness of. I remember in the 1980s watching that first documentary. So what is it? Who knows what people will take away from it, but what have you taken away from this experience?
I think, to be fair, I've probably taken more from the time on set than any of this. The first time I met anyone with Tourette's was when we started filming for I Swear, and so there's certain communications that you have with certain people, certain connections that you make that are long lasting. And I think even Kirk allowed me to have my parents on set for a couple of days as well when we're filming the community scenes, and so to see my dad and my mum make those relationships with other parents that perhaps understand what they're going through, for me to speak to people my age, to speak to people older, and work out how they're doing certain things and stuff, it was the relationships definitely that were made on those 2 days that made this whole thing for me here.
Well, congratulations. It's a fantastic film and you've been brilliant.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey you guys!